dream big and dare to fail. Namaskar, welcome to Next IS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. Now, government is looking to expand the scope of its electric vehicle policy to include a retrospective effect. This policy was approved by the government in March 2024 to promote India as a manufacturing destination for EVs and attract investment from reputed global EV manufacturers. This policy recognized India as the third largest automotive market, capable of leading the transition from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles. This policy initially provided incentive only for new local facilities set up within the 3 years of approval, but the revised policy will extend benefits to entities that have already invested in local EV production. This policy is also aimed to ensure 50% domestic value addition in manufacturing within 5 years. Talking about comparative policies across the globe, India policy shares similarities with those in US, China, and Europe, which provide incentive for EV manufacturing capacity. EVs remain 10 to 50% more expensive than combustion engine vehicles in Europe and the US, and Europe and US meet 20% and 30% of their EV battery demands through imports. Next article talks about dengue because recently cases of dengue have surged in Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Talking about dengue, it is a virus transmitted to humans through the bites of infected female mosquito, primarily the Aedes aegypti. It is endemic in over 100 countries, with America, Southeast Asia, and Western Pacific region most affected. And factors contributing to dengue epidemics include changing mosquito distribution, urbanization, human activities, and climate change. And according to World Health Organization, more than 7 million cases of dengue were reported in 2024. And do you know, friends, dengue virus was isolated in India during 1945 for the first time, and first evidence of occurrence of dengue fever in the country was reported in 1956. Now, Union Labour Ministry has started efforts to implement 4 labor codes, and these are Code on Wages 2019, Industrial Relations Code 2020, Code on Social Security 2020, and Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code 2020. And these 4 labor codes aims to strengthen the protection available to workers, including unorganized workers, in terms of statutory minimum wage, social security and healthcare of workers, and gig workers and platform workers have been defined for the purpose of formulating schemes to provide social security benefits. And every worker is entitled to annual leave with wages after working for 180 days in comparison to 240 days at present. And there is a provision for encashment of leave on demand by a worker while in service at the end of the calendar year. Next article focuses upon Zika virus, which is a mosquito-borne disease, and it is primarily transmitted by the infected mosquitoes of Aedes genus, mainly Aedes aegypti in tropical and subtropical regions. Aedes mosquito usually bite during the day. These mosquitoes also transmit dengue, chikungunya, and urban yellow fever. Zika virus is also transmitted from mother to fetus during pregnancy as well as through sexual contact, transfusion of blood, and blood products. This virus was first identified in Uganda in 1947 in a rhesus macaque monkey, and no vaccine is yet available for the prevention or treatment of Zika virus infection. Now, crew of the Indian Navy ship won exceptional bravery awards for Red Sea rescue mission by International Maritime Organization. These honors are awarded annually, and they provide international recognition for those who, at risk of losing their own life, perform act of exceptional bravery, displaying outstanding courage in attempting to save life at sea. Now, DRDO has approved 7 new projects for the private sector under Technology Development Fund scheme, and these include underwater launched unmanned aerial vehicles, development of Indian regional navigation satellite system, base timing acquisition and dissemination system, long-range remotely operated vehicles for detection and neutralization of targets, and development of ice detection sensor for aircraft. Talking about Technology Development Fund scheme, it is a flagship program of Ministry of Defence executed by DRDO under the Make in India initiative. It aims to provide grant in aid to Indian industries including MSMEs and startups for the development of defence and dual-use technologies that are currently not available with the Indian defence industry. Next article talks about heat dome because recently heat dome triggered record-breaking temperatures across US West Coast. Now, what is heat dome? So friends, it is a type of high pressure system that forms over a large area in the atmosphere and causes extremely hot and dry weather conditions. The system traps hot air and prevents it from flowing to rise and cool. This air then becomes compressed and heats up, leading to a dome-shaped area of hot air that can persist for several days or even for weeks. Over the years, heat domes have created created some of the most fertile heat waves in North America. They have also been associated with unusually warm periods in India, Bangladesh, China, and some other Asian countries. Talking about the impact of heat domes, they can cause dangerous heat waves, causing the temperature to shoot up. They can also lead to drought conditions and wildfires, as hot and dry weather can quickly dry out vegetation and make it more susceptible to catching fire. And do you know, friends, due to climate change, heat domes have not only become more frequent but also a lot more intense. The rising temperatures and changes in weather patterns are creating conditions that are assisting their formation. Talking about the solution, therefore, there is a need to transition to renewable energy sources, improving energy efficiency, and promoting sustainable transportation. Now, Indian Air Force contingent reached Australia to participate in exercise Pitch Black, which will be focusing on large force employment warfare. The name Pitch Black was derived from the emphasis on nighttime flying over large uninhabited areas. This edition will include participation from 20 countries, and exercise Pitch Black provides an excellent opportunity for strengthening ability of participating nations to deploy over large distances, support integrated operations in the Indo-Pacific region. Now, 7 magnitude earthquake struck Sultan Kudarat province of Philippines. It is located in the southernmost tip of the Philippines, which is in the Pacific Ring of Fire, where volcanic activity and earthquakes are common. Talking about earthquakes, it is a sudden shaking of earth which lasts for a very short time. It is caused by disturbances deep inside the earth crust. They can be a great loss to life and property. An earthquake can also cause floods, landslides, and tsunamis. A major tsunami occurred in the Indian Ocean on 26 December 2004 is the example. So with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.